Hello, family, and welcome to another episode of Simon Global. And today I'm really excited because we'll be talking about business. We'll be discussing business today. And the reason why I thought that it was necessary for us to discuss about business is because some of you, especially entrepreneurs out there, you're thinking that I have this great idea and I just want to share it with the rest of the world. Maybe you want to build a product and you're looking for financing, you're looking for a team that will help you to do that. That's why I'm here today. So I wanted to talk about a few things, and maybe for you to understand what I do, I am in private equity. And what we do in private equity is simply we provide financing for businesses or entrepreneurs who have growth prospects. So, and then we bring a management team that will help you to accomplish the desired vision for your particular business. So there is a due diligence process that we normally follow. So even though you might have a great idea, remember a fish, even though it's a golden fish, if you put it in toxic water, what will happen? It will still die. What that means is that you can have a great idea, but in as much as yes, you have a great idea, if you're in a toxic environment, that business will collapse. So we bring in the expertise that is needed, the necessary expertise, so that we're able to help you build this business from the ground up, and we start growing it slowly by slowly until we get to an enduring business. I want to talk about the due diligence process that we normally follow. So there are several questions we would ask you. For example, how do you start this kind of business? When do you start this business, and why should you even go into business? We'll also ask you questions like why you, even as the founder, we know this idea came from you, but why you? Why are you the right person for this idea or to even execute this business, and why now? Why is it necessary for you to start this business right now? Why couldn't you wait maybe probably in the next year or so? Or why couldn't you start it last year? So we'll be looking at that. Now, for the private equity, like the one I talked about, what we do, so we're looking for business opportunities, and we're looking for investors such as yourself who would come with these brilliant ideas and will provide you with the financing and the team that you need, because what we have is the shareholder capital. So shareholders, which you normally call other people's money, they would invest with us, and then we're custodians, we are stewards of their capital. And we take this capital and we deploy it into growth opportunities, hoping that your business is one of them. Our main goal is actually chasing alpha. So we are looking for profits. That's why we need a business that has growth prospects. Because without the growth prospect, of course, we won't be making anything out of it. And in as much as we want to benefit from your business, we also want you to succeed and benefit from the business as well. So we'll provide that capital, we'll bring in the executive team, and if we don't have them within our parameters, we'll actually even hire external consultants, people who understand that industry. So here's a model. I'll give you a simple model that you normally use. So number one, we'll have to check on your sector. Which sector are you invested in? So we break it down from your sector, we come down to the industry before we get to your business. And when you get to your business, then we'll be looking at who else is in that space. We'll try to understand your ecosystem, because remember, the businesses do not operate in isolation. So you have whether it is the legal paperwork that is required, the regulations that pertain to your particular industry, all the taxes that will be involved, every other major player, whether it is financing through banks or insurance. So we look at all that. Now, the due diligence process, I will simplify it for you. So we'll put it in 4 different quadrants. So for you to understand, I will start with the management, which is the simplest. So we'll try and understand you as the founder of the business. What is your background? What have you done before? What is your track record? Why are you the right person for this business? Like I said before, and why you? Why you and why now? And then we also look at the key people within your organization. Because remember, even as a founder, you will need a team to execute your idea. And when you're in business, you have to be able to delegate so that other people will realize this vision on your behalf. So we look at key people, for example, who is the chief executive officer? Who is the chief financial officer? Who is the chief operational officer? And so on and so forth. So we are trying to look at their backgrounds as well, their qualifications. We are looking at their experience and the track record that they bring into the table. So the thing that you're trying to establish when you're looking at your team is there synergy within that team so that you're able to execute. Also, you go to the second quadrant, we'll be looking at the product or the service that you're offering. And if you're offering, what is this product or what is this service that you're offering? Because remember, probably you won't be the only person who is doing this. So we'll be asking, why this product? Because if somebody else is offering the same product, so what is your competitive moat? What is your competitive advantage? Why are you in business? So how do you defend your position so that you can even capture a particular market share? Because remember, for us, when we're investing for long term. Because this is, well, some people would call it slow capital. And for us, it is very patient capital. So we go with that. And then we look at the competition that surrounds your business, right? Besides the competition, we talked about the ecosystem, the politics, the economics which are in the business, the technology that you have administered, the legal framework, and even the environmental factors. Because nowadays, we want to invest in eco-friendly kind of businesses. So we leave the product, now we go to the numbers. This is when I talked about the management of the product, this is the art side of the business, which basically covers the growth aspect. So now we go to this other side of the quadrant, which we'll call the valuation. These are the numbers. So this is the science side of the business. Because remember, there's so many people who will come to pitch their ideas to you. But the question is, how do you separate them from what we call white noise? Because people will come and they will try and sell the idea. They may have a very, very good idea. They will sell it. They're very good salespeople. They have the marketing touch that you need. But then at the end of the day, businesses, numbers is actually the language for business. So for us, we won't listen to the white noise. We'll actually examine your numbers. And when you analyze it, for us to understand. So with the numbers, we'll be looking at three things, which are the financial statements. So we'll be looking at your income statement, which is your P&L. We'll be looking at your balance sheet, and we'll also be looking at your cash flow. So we want to know if you've been in business this long. So how have you been performing even over the years? Because this is what will enable us to understand if you've been making profits, you've been running losses, have you broken even, or how far before you break even. We want to understand things like your pricing. How are you pricing your product in the market? Because remember, if you decide that you're going to lower your price, then it means you're targeting masses. So you need volumes for you to break even. But then if you're going premium, you just need a few people, but then you're selling to a different kind of market. So we look at your target audience, this market that you're selling to, the demographics. Do they even have the capacity? Do they have that disposable income to be able to purchase from you? So we examine all that. So leaving that, we go to the valuation, which is the last part of the quadrant. And it simply talks about how much is your business worth. Because if you were to invest in your business, we need to understand how much is it worth. How much are we committing in terms of capital, which you call fair valuation. So for us, we normally use what we call the discount pricing or the discount model. So we want to buy your business at a discount. The reason why we want to buy it at a discount, because remember, we have so many other factors that will be affecting this business in terms of interest rates within our country, the growth opportunities that we're looking for. We want to make sure that within the next year or so, at least we should be able to break even. So to make it more realistic, we'll be looking at 3 to 7 years before we sell the business or we do what needs to be done, which simply will be the exit strategy. The exit strategy, there are several. You may decide that today most people actually will do acquisitions, whether the corporates will come and acquire the businesses, or you could actually decide to take your business public. And at that point, we check out, we decide, we take what needs to be taken out, we give it back to our shareholders, which is the profit, the returns and then we leave you to continue with the business that you have, and you take it to the next level. So if you're able to look at all this is just a template, a very, very simple, basic template. So maybe even in the next video, we'll continue to talk about now one particular quadrant, and then we go deeper and deeper and deeper for you to understand how we do it. Because we even conduct things like scuttlebutting, where we literally come to your business. We talk to the people who've purchased from you. We talk even to your former employees, disgruntled employees, to understand what you've done within that business. We talk to your suppliers. Have you been paying them? What is the arrangement that you have? So we talk to insurance, banks as well. We want to understand what you've been doing even in this business, because it's not just what you're telling us. We must be able, the due diligence is a serious process. So we go step by step up until the last process before we commit capital. And I hope maybe this should be able to help you to understand how we normally analyze businesses. And in the next videos, we'll break it down further and further. I hope this has been informational. I hope it's also helpful to you, and hope to see you in the next video. As usual, subscribe, share, like, and then we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.